future queen consort Camilla. She's given a rare interview about her life with Prince Charles and how she has learned to cope with criticism after decades in the spotlight.
The royal family is known for keeping its issues private. But recently, something happened inside the palace that shocked even those closest to the crown. A royal event turned tense when Queen Camilla and young Princess Charlotte had a moment that left the little princess in tears. What made this situation even more dramatic was what happened afterward. Prince William, Charlotte's father, reportedly became so angry that he told Camilla she was banned for life from being around his children. This wasn't just a simple disagreement. According to insiders, this was an emotional outburst years in the making. It all started when Charlotte, during a formal palace gathering, was walking around the royal ballroom. She was likely just being a curious child, but Camilla reportedly didn't appreciate it. She pulled Charlotte aside and spoke to her in a strict tone. Witnesses say Camilla raised her voice, telling Charlotte she wasn't behaving like a proper royal. Charlotte, clearly upset, started crying. She ran across the hall, tears streaming down her face, and went straight to find her parents. Prince William, who had been speaking with guests, quickly noticed that something was wrong. As Charlotte whispered into his ear, his facial expression changed. His protective instincts as a father kicked in immediately. He asked where Camilla was, and then walked right up to her. People nearby could feel the tension as William quietly asked Camilla to step aside for a private conversation. While most couldn't hear what was being said, some close to them revealed what happened. Prince William, speaking in a stern and angry tone, told Camilla she was not to come near his children again. He reminded her that she wasn't their grandmother and had no right to speak to Charlotte in that way. It was a bold and powerful statement from the future king. And it wasn't said behind closed doors. It happened during the event. In front of other guests and members of the royal household, Catherine, Princess of Wales, saw the confrontation and walked over to gently place her hand on William's shoulder. She likely hoped to calm him down, knowing that his emotions were running high. William has always been known to be protective of his family, especially his children, and this moment proved that once again. After the argument, William and Catherine walked out of the ballroom with Charlotte by their side. Camilla returned to her group, trying to act like everything was fine, but those watching could tell that something major had happened. The room felt heavy with tension. People whispered. Some tried to pretend they didn't notice. But everyone knew that this wasn't just a small family disagreement. It was something deeper. Camilla had worked for years to be accepted by the royal family and the public. But with one emotional moment, that relationship seemed to fall apart. And knowing Prince William's nature, many believe this damage may never be repaired. To really understand why Prince William reacted so strongly, we need to look back at his past and his complicated relationship with Camilla. A young boy when his parents, Prince Charles and Princess Diana, were going through a painful and very public divorce. During that time, Camilla Parker Bowles was often mentioned in the media as the other woman in Charles and Diana's marriage. Princess Diana herself once famously said in an interview, "There were 3 of us in this marriage." That third person was Camilla. For William, this wasn't just a media story. It was his real life. He saw his mother hurting. He read stories in newspapers and magazines that discussed the affair, and all of this happened during his most vulnerable years. Then, when Diana tragically died in a car accident in 1997, William was only 15 years old. That heartbreak stayed with him in 1998. Just a year after Diana's death, William met Camilla for the first time. Reports say that she was incredibly nervous, shaking. Even, she knew that William might see her as the woman who helped break up his parents' marriage. William didn't say much during that meeting. He was polite but very cold. As soon as it was over, Camilla asked for a gin and tonic to calm her nerves. Their relationship started with distance and discomfort. Over the years, Camilla tried to stay out of William and Harry's way. She didn't try to act like their mother. Instead, she stayed in the background, but that didn't mean they trusted her. In fact, Harry later revealed in his book Spare that both he and William had asked their father not to marry Camilla. They hoped he would respect their wishes, but Prince Charles moved forward with the marriage anyway. That left both sons feeling ignored and hurt once again. Even after Camilla officially became part of the family, William remained cold toward her. They shared some public smiles and worked together during official events, but privately, the emotional wall was still there. There were also rumors that Camilla or her aides were leaking private family information to the media to make her look better. This upset both William and Harry. They felt like she was using the press to clean up her image at the cost of others. Still, Camilla continued to serve her royal duties, and over time, Queen Elizabeth II even gave her blessing for Camilla to become queen consort. It seemed like Camilla had finally earned her place. Surprisingly, after Harry stepped away from royal life, William and Camilla were seen working together more. When King Charles's health began to decline and Princess Catherine was diagnosed with cancer, William and Camilla had to step up. They began spending more time together for royal duties and were even seen laughing in public. Some thought they were finally building a real bond. But that old pain, that history, never fully went away. William had accepted Camilla for the sake of duty, but he never forgot what she represented: pain, betrayal, and the loss of his mother. So when she scolded Charlotte, it wasn't just about that moment. It was a reminder of everything that had come before it. For William, it was as if the past had repeated itself, another woman hurting someone he loved. This time, he refused to stay quiet. By banning Camilla from his children, William sent a clear message. His family comes first, and he won't let history hurt them the way it hurt him, now that Prince William has reportedly banned Camilla from being near his children. Everyone is asking the same question. What happens next? This incident has not only shaken the public, but also sent shockwaves through the royal household. Queen Camilla has spent decades trying to win the respect and trust of the royal family and the public. She was once seen as the most disliked woman in Britain. Slowly, through years of service, careful behavior, and support for King Charles, she was able to reshape her image. Being crowned queen consort felt like the final step in that transformation. But this confrontation with Charlotte may have reopened old wounds. Wounds that never fully healed. It's hard to imagine King Charles being happy with this situation. He depends on both Camilla and William, especially now as his health becomes more fragile. The idea that the two most important people in his life might be at odds again is heartbreaking. While Charles may try to mend things behind the scenes, the truth is, William has made up his mind. Loyalty is to his wife and children. If he believes Camilla has hurt his daughter emotionally, it's unlikely that he'll just forget about it. William has always been seen as the more serious and reserved royal, but when it comes to protecting his family, especially his children, he doesn't back down. He saw what emotional pain did to his own mother. He won't let history repeat itself. Camilla, for her part, is likely feeling devastated. After years of trying to prove herself, one emotional moment with Charlotte may have undone it all, even though she tried to act calm after the incident. Sources say she was deeply shaken. She knows how hard she worked to earn her place, and now that place is uncertain again. Will she apologize? Will she try to explain herself to William? Or will she quietly step back from the children's lives to keep the peace? Only time will tell. Catherine, known for being graceful and calm under pressure, may be the one person who could help repair the bond between William and Camilla, but even she might struggle with this one. The public is also watching closely. Many people still carry sympathy for Princess Diana and view Camilla through that lens. Seeing William stand up for his daughter reminds them of his love for his late mother. It paints him as a caring father and protector. For Camilla, however, it's another reminder that forgiveness doesn't always erase the past. In royal life, every word, every look, every moment is remembered. And this moment, when Charlotte cried, when William shouted, when the queen consort stood alone, might become one of the most talked about events in royal history. It's a story of love, loyalty, and the painful cost of the past. No matter how this ends, one thing is clear. The royal family is far from perfect. Behind the crown are people with emotions, mistakes, and heartbreaks that never fully disappear. Princess Charlotte is not just a royal child. She is becoming one of the most admired young royals in the world. People love her not only because of her cute looks or stylish clothes, but also because of the way she carries herself with maturity, kindness, and calmness. Even at such a young age, Charlotte has shown the world that she is smart, graceful, and responsible. This is something you don't see often in young children, especially those growing up in the public eye. She has been in the spotlight, ever since she was born, and yet she always seems calm and in control, even when the cameras are flashing around her. One perfect example of her influence is what people now call the Charlotte effect. In 2022, during the Commonwealth Games, Princess Charlotte wore a striped Peter Pan collar dress. The dress became so popular that it sold out completely. In less than 24 hours, the company that made the dress had to promise to bring it back in stock because of the overwhelming demand. This shows how much people look up to Charlotte not just as a royal, but as a style icon, even at her young age. But her charm isn't only about what she wears. It's also about how she behaves with her family, especially her two brothers, Prince George and Prince Louis. Charlotte has always acted like a loving and protective big sister. From the moment Prince Louis was born, she's shown how much she cares for him. When the palace released a photo of her holding her newborn brother on her 3rd birthday, the world saw just how tender and nurturing she was. That sweet kiss on his forehead wasn't just for the cameras. It was a real moment of love between siblings. Charlotte has continued to show her big sister qualities in public. During Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee in 2021, she was seen keeping an eye on Prince Louis as they sat together. When he began sucking his thumb, she gently pulled his hand away, reminding him in a quiet, caring way that he needed to behave properly. At another event, Trooping the Color, Prince Louis excitedly waved to the crowd from the royal carriage. But Charlotte reached over and lowered his hand, gently reminding him that excessive waving during official royal processions isn't allowed. She also reminded her older brother George to bow during Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, a moment that touched many viewers who noticed her calm guiding role during such a sad and serious event. Even during Easter service at St. George's Chapel in 2023, Charlotte continued to help her younger brother feel safe and relaxed. Louis seemed nervous during his first official Easter appearance, but Charlotte was by his side, smiling and looking at him with care and reassurance. During King Charles III's coronation, Charlotte played another important role. Since Prince William and Catherine were seated separately, Charlotte took on the task of watching over Louis. She held his hand as they walked into Westminster Abbey, keeping him calm during the grand and overwhelming ceremony. These moments aren't just cute, they show that Princess Charlotte is growing up with a strong sense of responsibility, leadership, and heart. And that's exactly why what happened next shocked royal watchers around the world. Despite her kind behavior and maturity, Princess Charlotte was reportedly treated harshly by none other than Queen Camilla during a recent royal event. People couldn't understand it. Why would Camilla be upset with a child who's only ever shown grace, love, and respect? While the palace has not officially confirmed what happened, several royal insiders and witnesses claim that there was visible tension between Queen Camilla and Princess Charlotte during a recent royal engagement. According to those who were there, Charlotte was quietly helping her brother Prince Louis, just as she had done many times before. He seemed distracted or overwhelmed by the crowd, and Charlotte stepped in to calm him down. But instead of being praised for her help, Camilla allegedly responded with a harsh whisper and a cold look, making Charlotte feel embarrassed in front of others. This behavior did not go unnoticed. Reports suggest that Prince William was nearby and saw the incident unfold. While he didn't react immediately in public, sources say he was deeply upset. For William, his children are not just part of the royal image, they are his world. And Princess Catherine have worked hard to raise their children in a loving, respectful, and supportive environment, away from the harsh and cold style of old royal traditions. So, to see someone scold his daughter in such a public and unnecessary way was simply too much for him. Later, in a private setting, William reportedly confronted Queen Camilla about her actions. Those close to the royal family say that the conversation was serious and emotional. William made it clear that he would not allow anyone, even a senior royal, to mistreat his children. He reminded Camilla that Charlotte had done nothing wrong. She was only trying to help her younger brother behave properly, something she had done many times before. In that moment, William is believed to have told Camilla that she was no longer welcome around his children, at least not in private or informal settings. This decision, although not officially announced, has been noticed by royal watchers. People have observed that Queen Camilla hasn't been photographed spending time with Charlotte, George, or Louis since the incident. Many believe this is Prince William's way of protecting his children from unnecessary emotional harm. After all, Charlotte is still a child and one who has shown more grace and maturity than many adults in the public eye. Supporters of the royal family have praised William for standing up for his daughter. They believe that his actions show what a devoted father he truly is. He's not just following royal duties or traditions, he's also making sure his children grow up in a home filled with love and respect. On social media, fans have used hashtags like #TeamCharlotte and #ProtectPrincessCharlotte to show their support for the young royal. But at the same time, the incident has also raised questions. Some people are asking if Camilla should be forgiven, especially if she was simply stressed or frustrated during a busy event. Others believe that her reaction was part of a bigger pattern of coldness within certain parts of the royal family, style that Prince William and Princess Catherine have worked hard to break away from. This situation has opened up a much deeper conversation about how the next generation of royals is being raised and what kind of legacy Prince William wants to leave behind. For him, it's clear. Family comes first, and no title or tradition is more important than the emotional well-being of his children. Prince William and Princess Catherine have become role models for modern parenting within the royal family. They've moved away from the cold, distant parenting style that many royals experienced in the past. Instead, they've embraced what experts call gentle parenting, a style that focuses on listening, understanding, and connecting emotionally. With children, this change is not by accident. It comes from their own childhood experiences. Prince William grew up in a very different royal environment. His father, King Charles, was often busy with royal duties and away on trips. William and his brother Prince Harry have both talked about feeling emotionally distant from their father at times. While they admired his dedication to the crown, they also felt alone and unsupported during important moments in their lives. Princess Catherine's background was very different. She grew up in a happy, close-knit family. Her parents, Michael and Carol Middleton, were loving and involved in her life. Catherine has said many times that she wants her children to feel that same warmth and support. She's taken that experience and used it to create a home that is caring, kind, and filled with love. As a mother, Catherine believes in being hands-on. She takes part in the daily lives of her children, reading bedtime stories, helping with schoolwork, and even doing simple things like preparing meals and tidying up together. She reportedly chose not to have a full-time staff to raise her children. Instead, she and William wanted their kids to live as normal a life as possible. Catherine's approach has also been shaped by her early years campaign Shaping Us, which teaches people how important a child's early experiences are for their emotional and mental development. She believes children should be allowed to express their feelings freely and that shouting or strict punishment isn't the answer. Her rule at home is simple: no yelling, no fear, and lots of love. Prince William fully supports this parenting approach. In fact, he's said publicly that he wants to be a very different father from what he had growing up. He splits school runs with Catherine, helps bathe the kids, and is very involved in their bedtime routines. He's also been seen coaching their sports games and attending school meetings. William once told a close friend that being a father is the most important job he's ever had, even during difficult times. Like Catherine's recent health battle, family has remained their top priority. When Catherine began undergoing chemotherapy in 2024, she stepped back from royal duties to spend more time with her children. She released a public video where she shared that she was having both good and bad days, but her kids' love was helping her get through it. That moment touched the hearts of millions around the world together. William and Catherine are building a different future for their family, one that values emotions, kindness, and togetherness over royal appearances. And that's exactly why Prince William felt so strongly about what happened between Camilla and Charlotte. It wasn't just a one-time outburst. It went against everything he and Catherine are trying to teach their children, that they matter, that they are loved, and that they should always be treated with respect.